Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Hyundai Palisade Ultimate Calligraphy in the color black. Let's take a look. Starting up front underneath the hood, we have a 3.8-liter V6 engine, automatic transmission, gets up to 291 horsepower, 262 pound-foot of torque. Also have towing capacity up to 5,000 pounds. Up front, you've got LED headlights, custom daytime running lights, fog lights down below, and across your front bumper you'll find these little round nodules. These guys are your front parking sensors, and then right underneath that front logo is your front-facing camera. Along to the side here, we have 20-inch alloy wheels. Side mirrors have integrated turn signals, blind spot monitors, and then additional cameras on the side, which contribute to the surround view camera effect. On both of your front handles, you'll find this little button. We'll talk about that guy more on your driver's side. Moving back, all of your rear windows do come with factory tinting, and up top we have silver roof rails. Now, approaching the back here, just like the front, we have these backup parking sensors that go all the way across the back. We've got your Palisade badge the whole way across the back and the H-Track badge on the right. Underneath, directly underneath of the Hyundai badge is your backup camera. To open up your rear cargo space here, you can reach next to the camera and press the button, and it should automatically rise up for you. So inside here, of course, we have both a second and third row seating. Second row seating is the independent chair style, which means that there's no middle seat here, and each side works independently from one another. For the third row, instead you have a split 60-40 bench seat style, which means that there is a smaller seat on the right-hand side and a larger one on the left, which is currently laid down flat. Any one of these four can be laid down flat or upright, such as the flat on the left and upright on the right. And you can do this easily from the back as well using this little control panel. So you actually have the controls for your third row seats here, which will both raise and lower up your seats for you. You simply have the trigger releases to lay down the second row seats. If you want to bring them back up, you got to go into the second row and pull it up yourself manually. On top of this, you also have your 12-volt adapter. In the back, we have a couple of different sets of mats here that are the Highlander ones, still in the original factory packaging, so they're in great condition. In here for your third row seat occupants, you see they have plenty of access to their own cup holder and storage spaces, as well as adjustments for their seats and those little charging ports. Then all the way across the back of the dedicated floor space in the cargo and the backs of the third row seating, you also have this Palisade branded cargo mat cover. So this guy provides two things. First off, this helps to keep your vehicle clean. It is much easier to remove and clean any dirt or debris off of this plastic type liner and then just shake it off instead of it clinging to that typical carpeted interior. Second thing that it does is it helps protect your vehicle from damage from your cargo and protect your cargo from damage from the vehicle. If you're looking for additional storage space, or if you're looking to access your spare, you can look underneath of this mat. You'll find this little tab. Lift this guy upwards, and then everything can be accessed to through here. We also have this long piece here that has that silver back. That is an interior cargo cover. So it's made to fit down here if you don't want to use it, but if you do, you can take it out and it will fit into these little slots that exists on both sides, stretches the whole way across the back here and extends outwards, locking into space on these little hooks on either side. And that guy helps to keep private anything you keep stored in your rear space so that nobody can look in through your windows and see what you've got stored. To close it up back here, you can reach up to your handle on the right-hand side or just press the electronic button right next to it. Next, let's take a look at the inside. So inside, the interior upholstery is this black leatherette with both black and white stitching. It also has this really lovely kind of quilted type of material in the middle here, which gives it this nice bit of texture and a little bit of something for your eyes to cling to. On the bottom of the seats is where you'll find the adjustments for the seat themselves. You can lay it down or simply move it back and forth so that people have an easy route to access the third row. You can see we have these little built-in steps here, which help give you easy access to the third row if people don't want to have to go in and through this middle section. In the middle, there is access to folding down armrests for either side, and then there is a built-in armrest into the door itself. Again, we have more of this quilted material. Looking up overhead, we have dual moonroofs, so one is for your second and third row occupants, and then you have that front one up front for just driver and front passenger. For your second row seat occupants, on the back of your front passenger and front driver seats, you do have pouch storage. Then on the back of the console, you have this little panel. So this guy's where you have access to the air conditioning control panel. So you have control to your fan speed, your mode, as well as your temperatures. And then we also have 3 variant levels for both cooled and heated seats. for the second row for your second row seating, so one for either side there. Down below you have lots of charger options, and currently we have these all-weather Hyundai mats installed in this unit. We also have this Palisade trimming on the inside of your all four doors. Lots of storage space inside of the door itself there, and your power window control. We also have this built-in sunshade, so this guy goes all the way up here and then clips into place right up top. A little bit easier to do with two hands instead of one like me, but just to give you an idea of it, it helps keep the sun out of everybody's eyes without impeding on the view, and then can just as well unhook, and then goes in nice and flush with your door frame. So back again to this button. This guy indicates keyless entry, so if you have the key fob on your person, you can just press this button to lock or unlock your unit. Inside your driver's door, up top, we have your memory seat settings for two different driver options. Down below, power windows for front and back. You've got your window lock here, then you have your power lock system and side mirror controls. We also have this silver speaker here. We have these all throughout the unit. Then, again, we've got that little badge in the front door. Power adjustable front seats, of course, since we have the memory seat settings. Back, front, up, down, lumbar support, as well as having that underneath support. That's that little top long button there. You've got your hood release latch on the bottom left-hand corner of your dash. On top of that, you've got controls for dash brightness, for your driving blind spot monitoring sensors. This is for your lane departure, your traction control, parking brake, and your power release for the trunk. So, taking a closer look at the steering wheel, black leather, black stitching. Up top, we have these silver paddle shifters, there. Then on the left, you have controls for your hands-free communication, as well as your volume and your radio. Right-hand side, this little right-hand section is all of the cruise control. It is the adaptive, since you've got the little button down here. And then up top here is the controls you've got for your dash display. Looking further up top here, it's a little bit hard to catch it on camera, but there you go. If you look right along here, you'll find this little speedometer being displayed. This comes from this cutout box down below. It's your heads-up display. Helps you to keep an eye on your pertinent information without having to take your eyes on and off the road to do so. In the middle is your infotainment display screen. This is where you go to access much of the information about your daily driving experience. Currently, you are looking at your main menu. So through here, you have access to quite a few things. These can also be accessed through these little buttons down below if you don't want to be fumbling around with the touch screen itself. So we do have from left to right your map/navigation. So if you go into the map display here, press that, it'll actually pop up with the map itself. That is fully touch sensitive for your use as well. If you want to further customize your use of this, you can go into the navigation. You've got all sorts of adjustments in there. Radio is all of your audio listenings. You've got AM, FM, and satellite radio. We have all of these available through here, and you can get to there through band, so AM, FM, and satellite. Media is your other options. So this is where you have your Bluetooth connectivity. This includes Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And then there's optional USB adapters throughout this unit. If you want to access additional setup, you have it on the far right corner here. So you can go into setup, and this is where you've got all your specifics. So everything from vehicle, your connected devices, advanced sound, navigation, Bluetooth, general, and media. Advanced is some of the more specific to Hyundai things. Going back into here for your Bluetooth link, you've got your general settings in here. So here you've got your date, time, language, keyboard, unit, screensaver, and system info. And then if you swipe it over one more, you have your display and voice recognition. We've also got the clock adjustment to the right-hand side. Then on the right-hand side, as well as the setup, you've also got your tune scroll, so your seek and track there. And then you've got your four-ways. You've got your volume control on the left-hand side. We've got the push-start ignition just on top of there. Then in the middle is where you have your climate control center. We've got a dual climate control up front here. This allows the driver and front passenger to have everything independently, or you can press the sync and have things work together in unison. As you can see, you have options to control that rear panel as well. If you don't want them to be fidgeting with it, you can do that for them. You can also have the climate controls pop up on the screen itself. In addition to this, all the way down below, just like in the back, you have 3 variant levels for both cooled and heated seats. There's different colors for them too, so you've got the orange for the heat and the blue for the cool. Heated steering wheel right in the middle here, and then you have your driving options. So this is where you have your gear shift, it is the button panel. Then you have your auto hold, and then all of your driving options. So smart, sport, eco, you have comfort, snow, mud, sand. And then also your terrain options there. As you can see, you've got it on drive. If you switch to terrain, it'll light up these guys on the right. Then you have downhill assist, automatic start stop, you have camera views, and parking sensors there. This does come with full surround view cameras, of course, as we saw as we were touring the outside. In the middle here, it looks very sleek, but if you push this guy backwards, push it in, push it back, Then you have quite a few things inside here. So obviously this is dedicated storage space. You've got additional chargers that come up front. Right down here is where you have a wireless charging pad. It's compatible with all wireless charging devices, has kind of this little built-in tray around it, which means that the phone's not going to go sliding out of that little space once you're actually out on the road. Next to this is your cup holders. You might be thinking to yourself, oh, those look a little bit untrustworthy, but if you press the button, it will pop out, so then it's not going to go flying out of space. Push it away if you want to be using it for a little bit wider open space here. Behind you have even more additional space inside of the console. So it comes with like a little tray up top here. This guy can be removed if you don't want him in there. Lots of additional storage space all the way down, and then additional chargers inside too. On the right hand side, you've got a glove box down below there. Up overhead on your rear view mirror, 1, 2, and 3 house shapes. These guys are garage door openers. Then overhead, this is where you have your SOS button controls. You have overhead lighting controls and the controls there for your moonroof. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Hyundai Palisade Ultimate Calligraphy in the color black. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Automall Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703. And remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.